The popularity of e-cigarettes is surging among teenagers. The Minnesota Department of Health says that in the last 3 years, there's been a nearly 50% increase in e-cigarette use among high school students. As Delane Cleveland reports, Wayzata High School is taking steps to address the problem.
More than 3,000 students attend Wayzata High School in Plymouth. And while the school is certainly notable for academics, the students are not immune to some of the issues facing society, especially when it comes to the use of e-cigarettes.
It's a national epidemic, so all across the board, I don't think there's any community that is unique to the issue.
Allison Wapshall is director of Partners in Prevention, a local organization that works to prevent and reduce youth substance abuse.
Anybody take a guess?
And on Wednesday morning,
there are over 15,000 different flavors that kids are attracted to.
She helped lead a discussion for a group of several dozen Wayzata parents on the dangers of e-cigarette use, which is commonly referred to as vaping.
So last year's National Tobacco Survey indicated that 3.6 million teens are vaping.
E-cigarettes are promoted as being a safe alternative to smoking, but experts have raised concerns because the liquid in e-cigarettes contain nicotine and a variety of other chemicals that could lead to addiction.
That is a thing.
In fact, Wapshall says that the liquid in just one e-cigarette pod is equivalent to 20 cigarettes worth of nicotine.
So a moderate user uses 1 pod a day. A heavy user might use 2 pods a day. So that would be 20 to 40 cigarettes worth of nicotine, inhaled in a day.
The news was certainly surprising to many of the parents in attendance.
I did not realize the amount of nicotine and other chemicals that are part of the vaping experience.
Annette Jackson has 2 children at Wayzata High School, and she plans to have a discussion with them about vaping.
I'm going to ask them questions about what they think addiction looks like in a high school student.
Big Tobacco wants customers.
The hope is that other parents follow suit so they can help stop the problem now before it gets worse.
We've taken on Big Tobacco before and we've won.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
In the coming days, parents in the district will be getting brochures in the mail with more information about vaping. You could say it's a sign of the times. A Maple Grove store will be closing and moving all sales online. The largest Christian retail chain in the U.S., Lifeway Christian Resources, announced they will close all locations by the end of the year. There are 3 Lifeway Christian bookstores in Minnesota. One is in Maple Grove. Lakeview Elementary has a special distinction. It's a community school, yet it is the only elementary school in the Robbinsdale School District that is an international baccalaureate school. We take a look at what that is in today's School Spotlight.
They're all so full of enthusiasm and excitement, and they all want to share at the same time, and so it's hard to contain that excitement.
The water! Channeling energy into learning is what teachers do every day. In this kindergarten class at Lakeview Elementary, teacher Janet Ryan challenges students by asking questions.
Do you think grows on trees? Turn to your partner.
An emphasis on asking questions is what you'll see in every classroom at Lakeview.
And really getting our kids to think critically rather than the teacher standing in front of the students and delivering the information, really trying to draw the information out of the students by asking questions and asking them to tell them more.
Terry Greenstein helps coordinate the International Baccalaureate program here.
So look at this picture.
Teachers are constantly pushing to find new ways to encourage critical thinking.
How do we continue to move forward? How do we continue to challenge ourselves and change things so that we're always keeping ahead of ourselves and keeping our students with the best that we can with the program?
Yes, amigos son 100.
An IB school also obviously focuses on global learning.
What makes our school so special is the whole idea of the international mindedness. So when we're learning, it comes directly out of our International Baccalaureate primary years program, and it's really about that global piece.
Principal Hall says that fits in very well with the Lakeview community, where students are from a wealth of backgrounds but come to school ready to learn together.
I feel so blessed to be here each and every day because of the vibrance of our community.
Students at the public charter school Minnesota Excellence in Learning Academy in Maple Grove will be planning and building a garden this spring. Teachers say it will create an outdoor learning space and help spark an interest in how things grow.
Gardens are really important because they've found that typically children by second grade have formed their eating habits. So really to get them in elementary school and make sure that they're involved in the planting and the harvesting of vegetables is important.
From the ground up, they're going to be a part of it. They're designing the garden. They are indicating what they want that design to look like. What do they think should be planted in there? And then working with some of the gardeners and the grow crew that will come in.
The total cost to plant and sustain the garden is $15,000. The school has raised $2,000 of that so far. March is Minnesota Food Share Month, when food shelves launch special campaigns to earn extra dollars for their nonprofit.
This is a really critical month as we try to stock our food shelf full of food and raise those funds that are critical for us to be able to help our neighbors.
The nonprofit CEAP is launching the Brooklyn tour of the Soup du Jour, where different churches are serving up soups for a free will offering as a way to raise money for March Food Share Month. Here's what it looked like Wednesday night in Brooklyn Park. Now, to find out more about what events are planned for the Soup du Jour tour, visit our website, ccxmedia.org.
The State Boys Basketball Tournament is now in its second day. Hopkins is the #2 seed for the Class 4A tournament, and the Royals won big in their quarterfinal round game. Veteran coach Mike McDonald leading Cambridge-Isanti into the state tournament for the first time in 11 years against Hopkins. The Royals' Kerwin Walton, coming off a 25-point game in the Section 6 final, hits for 3 early. Henry Abraham has scored over 2,000 career points already at Cambridge. The junior hits for 3 here to get the Blue Jackets within 3 at 10-7. But then big Zeke Nagy takes over for Hopkins. He gets the pass from Dane Zimmer, and his dunk makes it 16-7 Royals. Nagy wins the scramble for the loose ball at midcourt, and he takes it back the other way for the basket and foul, and the Royals' lead grows to 17. A little later, it's Nagy getting the steal, and he's on his way to another dunk. 23 first-half points for the 6'11 senior as Hopkins goes on an 18-0 scoring run. Guard Josh Fogel hasn't scored a lot this season, but he knocks down an open 3 here to make it 37-15 Hopkins. They take a 41-24 lead into halftime. Second half, Nagy gets an offensive rebound and put back for another hoop. He gets 5 and 1 chances in the game. The Royals are up 19. Great transition here. Zimmer to Kerwin Walton for the layup. Walton finishes with 19 points. Zimmer adds 15 for the Royals as they go on to a big 86-53 win over Cambridge to advance to the semifinals. The semifinals are Thursday night at 6 o'clock at Target Center. Top seed Park Center plays Lakeville North. Then at approximately 8, it's Hopkins and Eastridge. We'll have highlights and reaction from the local teams Friday afternoon here on CCX News. After losing to top seed Park Center in the quarterfinals, Maple Grove looked to bounce back as they faced Eden Prairie in the consolation bracket. And Maple Grove comes out firing. Nate Adams nails a long 3 as he scores the first 5 points of the game. Kyle Dreyer gets an open look, and he is right on the money. The Crimson are sizzling from long distance to begin the game. Even their misses turn out well. Ryan McGinnis rebounds, and Sean Bergstrom threads a perfect pass to Jared Rainey for the layup. It's 15-1 Crimson. Eden Prairie chips away, though. John Henry sinks a 3 just before the halftime buzzer. The Eagles are within 9 at the half. Second half, and Lavelle Williams drives and hits the floater as the Crimson try to hang on to their lead. Eden Prairie All-Metro guard Drake Dobbs comes alive. He drives for the reverse layup to pull EP within 4. He scores 20. Caden Betcher bombs a 3 to stretch the Crimson lead back to 7 at 59-52. But Eden Prairie grabs the lead for the first time with just under 2 minutes left as Ariel Bland scores 2 of his 18 points. And they run a nice press break to score. Maple Grove leads for about 34 of the 36 minutes, but it's Eden Prairie pulling out a 77-74 win to end the Crimson season. The Star Tribune's All-Metro boys basketball team was revealed this week, and 2 local players landed on the first team and 1 on the third team. Hopkins number 22 Zeke Nagy was not only first team pick, but he was named Metro Player of the Year. The Royal senior has been outstanding this season, averaging over 24 points and 9 rebounds per game for the Royals. He'll play college basketball next year at Arizona. Breck's number 21, David Roddy, was a tough player to stop for opponents. The 6'5 senior averaged nearly 30 points and 17 rebounds per game for a Mustangs team that lost to Minneapolis North in the Section 5 2A final last week. He's headed to Colorado State. Finally, Park Center 6'10 junior Dane Danja makes the third team. He's a great rebounder and shot blocker and averages 15.5 points per game, helping the Pirates reach the state tournament for the first time since 2013. That's all for sports. More news in a moment.